If you love what we do, then please consider supporting CryptFail on Patreon. Your support helps us grow and to create more content more often. And now, on with the show.
Are the floors tiled?
The floors are... Yeah, sure. Why not?
I like the one circle labeled plants.
Oh, that's a distance of 1 meter.
Yeah.
That's what that's saying.
And
Yes,
it's to,
it is.
To stop you getting confused
big
over the
tiles.
garden in the centre of the place like the other.
That's not a garden. It looks like a pond.
It's plants. It says so.
Oh. How come it's drawn like little waves?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll write to the company which is now dead, try out who the artist was, and then we can send them a message and say, hey...
Hi, why did you draw...
Yeah, Adam wants to know.
Hi.
Now
we were using your
that
map.
I'm looking at it, because I am looking at it on a 40-inch screen that's only 1080p. Now, it's just a bunch of
It's
squares.
only 1080p. You know, when we were kids, we had 480, and we loved it. But now listen to him. It's only 1080p.
Excuse me, I have 4K at work and on the other computer.
Aren't you, Mr. La-di-da?
There is less pixelation. So, these plants are very pixelated. They don't look like plants. They're just
listen
like
to the man who
boxes
works in menswear.
within a circle.
Sorry, Mr. Fancy Pants University Professor.
No.
Hey, I'm not professor.
A lecturer.
Lecturer.
These plants are too pixelated for
Associate
the lecturer. Wow.
I heard electricer, and I was like, "What?"
I'm an electric car.
Is your full-time job secretly as an electrician? What happened, Adam?
No, it's an electricer, not an
Electricer.
electrician. What do you do for a living? I electric.
I wind
I am
up
an
my batteries and I
electricer.
swear at people.
You wind up your batteries. How do you manage that? Are you like one of those like camping lanterns where you're like
This is Australia.
Oh, okay. So all the batteries need
how
to
else
be
do we wind
wound.
up our batteries?
Huh.
You're right there, girlie.
Wait, Cipher's talking.
Dude,
Is
Terry's-
Cipher calling Terry a
breaking
girl?
the fourth wall
He's
and
on
I'm
the
dying.
He's on the floor like a little girl.
Terrence isn't laughing, I am.
Yeah, I don't think we climbed through some shelves and Terrence immediately fell to the floor laughing. Oh, look at this cupboard.
She's
So
just
hilarious.
thinking how Australians wind up their batteries and just, oh my god, that's a vision she can't get out of her head.
And the storeroom is number 2.
Okay, no.
Okay. So...
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. So we're very close to the plants.
All right. So I go 1, 2, 3, 3 by 3.
So, Cipher, when you were looking through all the files, was there anything saying specifically where we need to go to get the things, or are we just kind of wandering around, hoping we stumble across a bio sample and some data?
Nope.
Nope, to which?
Both? Well, yes. What was the
No.
question again?
Do you
Nope.
know where we're going?
I don't know where we're going.
Okay, so we are just gonna wander and hope
Yes.
we find stuff. Okay.
Well, now that we're within the system's defenses, I could probably, it might be a little bit easier to hack in and get an idea on the floor plan of this place.
And is the cleaning cupboard a good place to do that, or do we have to go somewhere else?
I guess here is as good as any. Is Cipher picking up any internal network?
Yeah, basic one.
Basic,
You
as
think
in...
that it's used mainly for communications. It wouldn't be used... From your understanding of what Aztec is, you know that they're not a joke. And when it comes to a lot of their stuff, their network in here would be very much for interdepartment communication, but at the same time not. They'd have very strict like rules on what they could transfer and how they would go about it, and external communications would be done in a very set way and a separate network. So you know that by the level of this size company, and they're possibly the biggest in the setting, they take their secrets and their security pretty well.
So, in order to have any hope at accessing any form of plan or proper network, I'd have to get into their server rooms.
Where would those be?
Well, it depends on what floor they put them on.
Hopefully this one.
They could be in the basement,
Which would be where we are.
which is a logical place to put a server room because it's cooler. But, you know, obviously they have to bring down air conditioning ducts all the way into the server room.
Alright, so we're gonna go look for a server room. We've got lab coats and fake ID badges. What do we say to anyone if they stop us, though? We're new.
It's our first day.
It's our first day. Can you give us a tour of the server room, please?
Cipher's feeling her ears.
Do you want me to hide those for you, Cipher?
That might be a good idea. As long as you don't do what my mum did when I was like 7, and she said, hold still, I'm using the clippers, I'm cutting the hair just above your ears.
Is that why one ear is shorter
And
than the
she
other?
went, you...
Huh. I can imagine.
And Terrence glamours Cipher's ears to look human. And he kind of just nods and he's like, it's not even difficult. I mean, aside from your ears, you're too short to even look human. Or, elvish. Gosh. I must have inhaled some of that stone dust. I'm, like, out of it.
Oh.
Cipher's looking at Wren.
Yep, too short to be human. All right.
Measuring the height with a hand.
That's gonna give her some kind of new theory.
Ha.
Cipher, that's not... There are humans who are shorter than me, and children are shorter than me, and are still human, and adults who are human that are shorter than me. This is not a thing you need to theorize on.
I'm not theorizing on anything.
Good.
Just making a quick note of something. Anyway,
Okay.
are you leading the way, Terrence?
I don't know where I'm going.
I mean, none of us do.
Well, in fairness, none of us really know where we're supposed to be going.
Okay, question. If we do run into anyone, do we want to A, act like we do know what we're doing and we know where we're going, or B, say we don't know where we're going because we're new here and ask them where something is? I worry if we say we're new, they might be like, oh, well, come talk to the, I don't know, director or whatever.
Well, why are you down here if you're new?
Yeah,
I mean-
this is top secret. You can't be here.
You two can act like you're students, and I could act like somebody who gives a tour to students who the company is thinking of hiring, I guess.
All right, students it is. What type of school? Students?
Probably biology.
But like college or something, like what? University?
More likely university.
Okay.
Do the lab coats have a plastic sleeve for the IDs or not?
Becca looks confused. Like a little pocket on it, do you mean?
Like a little pocket?
Okay.
It's sliding.
I don't think so. I was thinking of the clip-on ID. You kind of clip it to your lapel.
Okay.
What do they say anyway, Cipher? Hey, Cipher made them! What am I gonna say? I made these, and I know what they say. I cannot say because I didn't make them. This person is allowed to be here.
Well, I suppose it's got their company symbol on it with the company name. Who is who?
Okay. What? The company is As Technology.
As Technology. So, for Wren and Ciphers, they're both set up as like assistants.
All right.
And geez, what would Terrence be? Terrence would be like a oh, crikey, I don't know. Engineer.
All right. All right. Well, should we go try and find a server room?
I suppose so. I get to wander around trying to look like I know what I'm doing.
Yep. It'll be great. Probably.
Terrence will make a fuss of adjusting his lab coat, clipping on his ID. He'll take off his spelunking backpack and he'll leave it in the room. Is there a clipboard in here?
Roll white.
There could be like one to keep track of cleaning supplies or something. When I worked in a restaurant, we had like clipboards with tasks on them, so. There's two!
There's two clipboards.
Yay!
Terrence will pick up the clipboard and he will take all of the papers out of it and he will put them on a shelf and he will replace them with his own papers that he takes from his bag.
Nice. Official.
He'll also grab some of his like pens and pencils and such and put them in the lab coat pockets. And then he will turn to Cipher and Wren and go, "All right, ready?"
As possible, I suppose.
Cipher's looking down at the left arm. She's obviously she's got a hand in a pocket. Look like she's trying to keep something underneath her. Like
she's hiding her shotgun.
And she's in her left arm. She's carrying her laptop. And she nods.
I have a serious question. She has the shotgun under the lab coat, or do you think the pockets are big enough to hide a shotgun?
Under the lab coat? No.
She just tucked it in her pocket.
Just so
It's in
that
the
she
pocket.
can... Yep. Well, it'd be pretty difficult to hold a shotgun up just with your armpit.
That's fair. That's fair.
And might be a bit uncomfortable. And might look a little bit awkward.
Yes, don't mind
Because
me.
it totally
This is just my...
doesn't look awkward right now.
No.
At all.
Don't mind me. This is my science shotgun that I use for science.
Sciencey stuff. When things go wrong.
you know, when you have to shoot the science.
Stuff.
All right. And Terrence will open the door and walk out like he owns the place.
All right, yeah, Wren will follow.
And Cipher will follow
And you
Wren.
come out into the main foyer.
And just generally attempt to look like what they're doing is very normal.
I'm having deja vus of Star Trek, and
Why? What about this is related?
oh well, if the people we see are green, we need to.
All right. We're in a foyer. What do our options look like?
There's a door straight ahead, a door to the right, and a door to the left. And plants in the middle of the room.
Hallway to the left.
There's a door at the
Hallway.
end of it.
Hallway with or without a door.
It looks like the storeroom we just came out of doesn't have a door, though. And
No,
that
it's
worries me.
just...
Yes, there is no door.
It's an open concept storeroom. Very modern lab place thing.
So the door I opened was completely imaginary. That's fun.
Terry's pretending to open a door.
Hopefully, you haven't created a draft.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
I mean, well, oh well.
But you know what did happen? Terrence comes up and he's got his like hand on his chin and he's like, "I just came out of the closet."
Cypher's looking at you very peculiarly, in a weird way.
Peculiarly.
Perfect.
Are the plants peculiar lilies?
Ooh. Terrence is like, it's a storage closet, and we came out of the. Never mind.
We did.
All right. So,
Aye.
which way would you like to explore first?
Cypher's looking back at the closet and looking at Terrence.
We're not going back there. We have explored the storage closet already.
Well, there's a hallway down to the left. Whatever's straight ahead of us, there's a door. And off to the right, I don't know, is that stairs or something going up? Who knows?
Are they big fancy doors?
I don't know. They're closed.
Is it like double doors? It looks pretty wide.
Big doors.
Is there another section to this map, or should, like...
Yes, there is
Okay.
another area that is a completely different. The beta section.
This is the beta section, yeah, because that one says two
Well, then
alpha
it's-
section.
Right. Okay. So that's the way it is.
Yep,
Sorry.
we're in beta.
So if you're in beta, then there's another one that's the alpha.
Did you give us the right map?
Yes. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I just remember there was an alpha and a beta. I thought you started in. It's fine. It's all good.
No, we are in beta.
Okay.
We are not yet completely sure what we are doing.
Is there signs around?
Yeah,
Like,
a nice big one
cafeteria
saying,
this way,
server
or
room to your left.
exit.
Exit. We don't want the exit yet.
No, but that would be the way we avoid.
Ah.
And the lights are dim.
Oh.
Oh.
Ambiance. Nice.
Yes, it's a very relaxed workplace.
What time is it?
It was afternoon when we left. How long were we in the tunnels for? I don't think all that long. It should be evening at the latest, not like night.
If there are vampires in here, I blame Cipher. Cipher and her karmic disruption.
Speaking them into existence.
Yep.
I don't have vampires written down.
Oh, what do you have?
None of your business.
She just has a paper that says none of your business. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cipher. Left, right, forwards. What do you feel like?
Okay. So, whenever I'm in a game and I come onto a map or a maze or a dungeon, I always go left.
All right.
Good enough for me. Terrence starts down the hallway.
Yep.
He's like, okay, but we've got 3 doors. Which door? And he stops at the first one.
Oh, there's 3 doors.
The left door.
I left again. All right, which would take us into 5.
Terrence stops at the door and he listens.
And give me a roll.
Ooh.
So there's no one else around, obviously.
Not in where you've seen.
Not that we've seen. Okay.
Terrence perceives 2 times.
Twice perceive.
Maybe with his 2 eyes rather than 1.
But he's listening.
Well, you did say perceive.
It's in stereo. He can hear it with both ears.
Are you trying to tell me, Adam, that you can't perceive sound?
Hang on.
Are you looking up the definition of perceive?
No, I'm getting messages from the GM.
Okay, that's different.
That no did sound really defensive, though.
It did. It was like, nope.
Nope.
I would never.
I am not looking up the. Now that you say it, I was not looking up the meaning of perception.
Perception is. It would involve seeing, but also hearing and other senses. Sure. Less common.
I stick by my sight.
Perceive. Per is through. What is sieve? I don't know.
I've dropped down to making Doctor Who references to try and understand what the heck is going on.
What is going on?
Terrence perceives humming.
Oh.
I am unsure of whether this humming is...
Musical or mechanical?
Yeah. Though I didn't word it like that. I should have worded it like that.
What? Doctor Who? Humming? What?
Well,
Me?
the wording I use... Okay, Aaron,
No,
you don't
it's-
need to type. I'm just going to ask my question aloud. The wording I used was it people or tech? And Aaron said tech people, and I went, are we
Tech
going to get
people?
assimilated?
Cybermen?
And he said technician, and I was like...
A humming technician. As long as it's not Cybermen, we're fine. Probably.
But seriously, is it like musical or
Sounds like a tech.
mechanical?
Musical.
Okay, musical. Gotcha.
Do we recognize the music?
Is it a song
Well, I don't know.
we
Technically,
Do we join
you still
in?
don't know because the only thing you've been told is Terry has heard something.
'Cause we
Terry
don't
has
hear
not
it.
actually told anyone either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrence isn't about to like encourage anyone else to start humming along. So he's just like he puts up his hand and he's like gesturing, no, not this one.
Okay.
Somebody's in there. Let's move. Let's go to the next
Ren will
door.
keep walking down the hallway.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea because I don't think that our disguises are going to be good up close. Maybe from a distance, yeah. But-
Is this something that's just occurred to you?
Well, we just got plain old lab coats.
Well, what
It's
do
not
the
gonna be
people
the
here
same.
have?
Well, they might have a different style of lab coat.
We brought ours from home. It's bring your own lab coat to work day.
And the fake
Terrence,
IDs,
his
they're only
is-
good from a distance. They're not like, they won't hold up to close speculation.
Terrence is like, what in the hell is the point of walking? Never mind. And he's going up to the next door, the door at the end of the hallway. That leads to another hallway, apparently.
It looks like it does. The door is number 6.
There's a hallway.
Yeah. But he does. Is it open? Is the door open?
It says hallway. So I'm assuming it's open.
Okay.
No, I meant, is the door actually physically open? But
Like
if
the
it
door
has
to
a
the
placard
hallway?
that says hallway, all right. He's going to.
They were like, we need to divide this hallway with a door. It's too long.
I'll tell you what.
We don't like it.
It is a... That's exactly
It's to seal those off in the
outbreak.
event of a
This is
fire.
a medical experiment place.
I like my idea.
And
better,
how do
but
you
that's
purge
more likely.
medicine? With fire.
Terrence is just like crouching by this door and he's looking at you with his like jaw slack and he's like,
I hope not.
And you notice, looking
What's-
up, that sprinklers, and then some thrower.
that
told
seems
ya.
counterproductive.
A little bit, yeah. Although if we want the sprinklers to go off, I guess we could use the flamethrower.
I mean, maybe the sprinklers sprinkle gasoline?
Ooh, that would be weird.
And very bad.
Not up to code.
Right.
Mm.
Terrence is going to open the hallway door.
Reminds me of a movie I once saw.
What movie was that? Thank you for the suggestion. Well, if we're all burned alive, we know whose idea it was.
Shadowrun ends in a fiery
The finale.
finale.
Fireball.
And Cipher's the only one that lives.
Well, that seems unfair.
I don't know, considering how much she
Yes.
beat herself up over strangers dying in front of her, just imagine how destroyed she'd be if it was us.
Oh,
And
yikes.
I love the finale then.
Why would you say that?
Who's dying in the finale?
Why would you say that?
Oh, no.
That's not nice.
Alright, next hallway.
In Resident Evil, everyone always dies.
This isn't Resident Evil, though.
Oh
No, it's not.
but just reminds me of Resident
Oh,
Evil.
says Adam. I thought it was.
being in a scientific
Well, okay,
underground.
We'll look out for the zombies and whatever. Nope.
Yeah. It's not Resident Evil. It sometimes visits not always a nice person.
Oh, come
Alright.
out.
We're in another hallway.
So,
I just went to
we're in another hallway.
And you still haven't seen anyone, but now you know
At least
there is
one
someone
person.
there.
Yeah.
Because you've heard humming. So you know the facility. Right, so you know there is people
Alright, so in
around.
this hallway we got 2 doors.
Apparently the rule is left.
Alright, let's listen at the
and-
left door.
Like, as Terrence will go through the door and he'll hold it open for you two. And
Alright,
then, as soon as you two are through, he will, like, let it go to see if it, like, swings shut. And he'll make
It
sure it
does.
closes quietly because he doesn't want to alert the humming guy.
And above it, there is a light that is green, and next to it, there's a light that's red. And when it closes, it's like, and it goes green.
That means we can get back out, right? Green is good. Yeah, I think green is good.
I don't want to try it right now. I'm too nervous.
Okay, let's
go to
hope
the
green
left
is
door.
good. Okay, let's listen.
So a still door is a glassy see-through door.
It is a sort of, you know that glass that's like It is sort of see-through, but it's got a milky
Okay.
sort of texture to it. Like, it's
Yep.
not
It's opaque?
completely just see-through.
Yeah.
Cloudy, I guess, is a better. Yeah, but it's not fully opaque. You know, like if
It's
someone walked up on the other
translucent.
side, you'd see.
You can see them like, "Ah, I'm dying," and then they.
I
cough
hope
up
we
blood
don't
on the
see
thing,
that.
And you can,
Is Aztec secretly the Umbrella Corp?
Well,
in some
they're not very
way,
nice. They're not very nice.
they are the biggest. Like they have
do.
a pyramid in Seattle, an actual pyramid.
I'm not gonna
They're a
lie,
big
for some reason, for a second, I thought you were gonna
And
say they have a
it's-
pyramid
it's-
scheme, and I was like, what?
They have a pyramid scheme. They might.
Well,
Technically.
technically, every scheme they make within it is a pyramid scheme. But I mean, there's a lot of people that have made accusations against them, but they have so much money. Their lawyers are very good, but there's others that have said people disappear if they want them to. There's never proof, but I mean, you're dealing with what's called a megacorp when you come to Aztec, technology. So it's entirely, if they're murderous,
If
Well,
they're
they could well
murderers,
be.
oh well.
They're not stupid, though.
Cypher's
That's
already
the
said,
thing.
yeah, they
But they're not
they quite
stupid.
happily make people disappear.
Yes, they're very mean.
Yeah, but they're not going to They're going to walk in and say we're from Aztec technology and make sure they got
Yeah.
seen on cameras and stuff like that.
Stuff
They-
like
they-
what we've been
they definitely
doing the
have
whole
Yeah.
time
tactics.
so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, good. Terrence
You know.
is listening to the door on the left.
Okay, what's the door saying?
I mean, that's the thing, though, right? Shadowrunners exist for corporations like Aztechnology to say, hey, there's been some people sniffing into our stuff. They broke into one of our facilities.
Kill
Who they
'em.
are. Take them out. There's 50,000 creds. They'll go off and put a bullet in your head. And there won't be any reason. They won't meet you and say this is why. They'll just wait for
I
you
mean,
to come out of your
that would
apartment.
be weirder, I feel, if someone's like, hi, I'm going to shoot you, but first, here's why.
Yeah.
Well, depending. There could be, if someone wanted you to know why.
Yeah, that gives you
Yep.
enough time to come up with a brilliant plan to do something. Ears requiring an update. Does Terry hear anything from door number...
So,
what was it?
What's the number?
7.
7.
Seven.
What did you get? Did you roll?
Oh,
Shit. Keep hoping you forget, and you never do.
can't blame us for trying.
I have nothing else to do in my life but to make sure that you roll.
Well, yay!
Success with 4 advantage.
You hear nothing.
Right. Terrence will try to open the door.
It is unlocked.
Sweet.
What kind of door is it?
Doors
A
unlocked.
slidey door or a...
A
It is
glass door,
hand-
a steel
hand-
door.
It is a big wooden door with a lock, but there's a weird sort of plastic goes all the way around, which looks like it might puff up if it needed to.
That looks like it would be to block stuff from getting out of the room.
Yep, air.
Yeah. Or if
Alright.
they're working with chemicals or anything.
Well, it's a good place to look for samples, I guess. If that's still something that we need to pick up.
We need a
Which
bio
is-
sample, but I don't know what bio sample. It's a
It-
conservation area?
Observation.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
It's... Yep.
It's like there's a forest with deer running around.
Zero idea.
Oh, this is quite nice.
It has.
How did this happen?
It is a lab. There's a bunch of tables and there's no one in there. It's all dark, but you can see it. It looks like it's not exactly though a. It feels more like a lab than it does a medical thing. It doesn't feel like if you were sick, this isn't where you would come to get better.
Yeah. Don't come here at all.
It does feel like the monitors are there to see what is happening, but not necessarily to make you better.
Oh,
dear.
there's monitors. Are they on?
Yep, but they don't seem to be connected to any network.
Okay.
I guess Wren's just gonna look around for anything that could possibly be storage for biosamples.
And it seems really clean, like super clean, like so clean that it hasn't been used, or it has been used and then they super cleaned it after. So if something had happened here, it has been like purged.
Terrence is
Okay.
completely out of his depth here. He's like, I don't even know where to begin.
If they even actually use this room, then whatever they're doing is like requires so much cleaning that it's gotta be something concerning. Like dangerous chemicals or viruses or something.
Is there any kind of like storage looking? Like, is there a mini fridge?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
Like A,
Yeah.
A, B, C, and D's. What are they?
Terrence is going to go up to a mini fridge.
And it is
And-
empty.
Oh. And there are doors, yeah? Because there are little rooms marked
Washrooms.
A, B, C, D. All of them?
Yep.
Okay.
Why does this room have 4 washrooms? That's so weird.
I don't know. Maybe it's like if you're doing something in here, it's something where they have to like seal the door and you have to stay for a long time?
Well, they're more than just washrooms. They do look like also decontaminant rooms.
Mm.
But there's toilet and shower and some other stuff.
Yeah, they might be working with something dangerous in here.
Bizarre.
With a toilet?
No, Cipher?
Why not? Well, if there's nothing in here, do you find anything on the computer's Cipher?
She's just looking at the screens, shaking her head.
Want to try the other room then?
Let's go, I guess.
Nope.
All right.
Shadowrun. I better pull up my character sheet.
It's always good.
How much what do I have?
How much what do you have?
Gonna have
Mr.
to be a
Guard.
bit more specific.
Oh. You mean brawn?
Oh,
Or
it was a
willpower.
question asked.
Mm-hmm.
Brawn or willpower?
Health. Although in this case it might be, but it applies to both.
Like wounds?
Yes.
What's my threshold?
Mm-hmm.
I'm deeply concerned.
Yeah, that's a bit of a...
Okay.
You're in this empty room. What's your wound threshold?
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
What is it?
Nothing.
Uh,
Oh. Well, there's nothing on these monitors, so I'm not sure what they're in here for. Properly for observational purpose.
Alright.
They're not linked to any network or anything, so...
Well, let's go check the other room, I guess, then.
All right. And Terrence will go across the hallway to
Yeah.
the other room. And he's
Following.
just going to try and open it because he's starting to feel a bit more confident.
You're gonna walk right into...
Number 8.
Yeah.
It looks like a
Great.
meeting room. Big round table, lots of chairs, an overhead projector.
Is there a meeting happening?
There is not.
Good.
Wren is just like, Terrence, you idiot, what the hell?
If there was a meeting, I'm just trying to imagine what we'd be like. Oh, sorry, wrong room.
Well, we're just going
Bye.
and sit down and pretend that we're part of the meeting.
Oh, sorry, we're late. What's this meeting on?
What a strange place to have a meeting room. And it's so big.
In the basement, you mean? Or compared to where other things
Well-
are?
Considering the room next door and this one.
I guess. I don't know. Don't think I've ever put much thought into building planning. Well, I can't imagine they'd keep any samples in a meeting room, but is there any computery stuff you can do?
Is there any computery stuff in this room?
There is no computers.
Well,
You're expecting they are somewhere in
in
here.
fairness-
but not in this room.
but I mean, like, she's looking up at the wall in the desk. That they might have a console for, use of the projector and everything, which they might live stream to the outside. But yeah,
These guys have a lot of internal trust issues.
Yeah, they do. They're very secretive. Guess when you're dealing with that much money, you have to be. Also, when you're secretly doing criminal stuff. Yeah.
okay, all right. Lead the way, Terrence.
Oh, we headed back?
Can't find out anything in here. It's not even a loose pen or a bit of paper anywhere. That's
Alright, well, we could go try that last room we didn't try because we were trying the one on the left, and it was at that point on the right, although it would now be on the left, so...
Hmm. And if it's the room we were supposed to go to the whole time, we're switching our tactic to going to the right first.
Yes. Although if it ends up being that where we wanted to go was where the guy was humming, then it'll be that the left is... Anyway, let's just go try that other room.
It is another meeting room. Another large table, multiple chairs, and an overhead projector.
No meeting here either.
No meeting here either.
Excellent. What do they have so many meetings for?
so they have a meeting room
Next to a meeting room.
next to a special room, a meeting room next to another room with a technician inside.
With a technician?
I don't.
Could be a janitor for all I know. I just heard humming.
Well, do you want to go in and interrogate him or her or it?
Hello, are
Or
you a
what?
technician or a janitor? You can only be one of those things. No, let's not do that. Well, we can leave humming person for now, go back to the room we started in and go to the door that was ahead of where we walked out of the cupboard? Alright, should we go back and try that other door? There's too many doors here.
Number 5 door.
Number
I
five?
mean-
No, like, 3. 5 is someone
we can
humming.
always just knock out the technician guy.
I guess we could. Do we want to?
I mean, Cipher's got a shotgun. It's not like
Cipher-
these are good people.
Cipher can make people sleep, though, too. She did that with the guard in the library.
I did
Wait.
that in a panic moment.
But you
How-
did it.
How did you make him sleep?
I don't know.
know.
She just, like, touched him and he fell asleep.
What?
It was magic.
I thought you hit him upside the head.
No, she did magic. I thought she killed him, but she didn't. He was just asleep.
And Cypher's looking at Terrence all innocently. she's got her shoulders shrugged
Oh,
as much as she can.
we
when
can
she's holding it.
definitely use magic to knock a guy out. Let's go.
Okay.
I don't know how I did it.
Well, if
Oh,
somebody can
I'm
do
here
something-
too. We could both try.
If somebody can do something and not just immediately shoot somebody who might just be a janitor and therefore not like involved in evil plans, that would be good. I don't think like the janitors here are evil or anything. Probably
evil
not.
janitor.
Terrence knocks on the door to number 5.
And the door opens, and it is an orc.
All right, Ren's
And he's about
immediately
8
trying
feet
to look
tall,
very
and he's
professional.
wearing a security uniform. Who the hell are you? ID badges now.
I am one of the technicians. I got landed with giving the... How do you know I'm not on the line? You're down here. I'm just giving the university students a tour, and you're yelling at me, and you've been down here the whole time, and the reason I know this is because you weren't upstairs when I signed in.
He
And
draws
Terrence
the
is
gun.
still pointing his finger at him.
He draws his gun, and he is pointing a gun the size of his fist at your head.
Well, you see, we're very up on security, and he'll lose his job if he shoots me, so...
And he's backing towards the wall, and there's a big red button on the wall.
Terrence is gonna try and knock him out.
Do it.
How
Magic.
difficult is this gonna be?
It's against its will, isn't it? It's will. It's against their will.
How much willpower does this guy have? So am I just doing a straight roll and we compare them, or how does this work? We avoid combat so much in this game that we still don't know how it works.
I don't have a weapon. If we have to do combat, it'll be like, I guess I'll punch you. That'll go great.
Yeah, and how's Cipher going to use her shotgun when she's carrying a laptop in one hand?
Whack him in the, well, not the head because you can't reach it. He's 8 foot tall. Whack him in the knee with the laptop and see if that helps.
Okay, it's against
So two
one purple die per.
two
stack.
purple.
He has 2.
All right.
Yeah, he has 4 if you're trying to like.
He's so knocked out.
Triumph.
He is so unconscious.
He's very unconscious.
There you go.
He's a
So
How does
this
it play out?
you said he's an orc? This giant green orc guy with a
Yeah.
gun pointed at my head, and
Yep.
Terrence just reaches up and touches
Big.
this orc on the wrist. And he immediately collapses, and like the gun pops out of his head and kind of skids across the floor a little bit.
Should we take that?
Okay.
I mean, we could, but it's giant. Look at it. It's the size of my head.
Well, we should hide it or something. When's he gonna wake up?
I don't know. It'll at least be several hours.
All right.
I'm not in the habit of knocking people out, but judging by the snoring and the complete lack of reaction to us talking, he'll be gone for a while.
I mean, maybe you should be in the habit of it. It's pretty useful.
Is this guy wearing any
Does he have an
Comgear?
ID badge? Yeah. Or
and an ID badge?
Yep, he has a radio.
All right. Terrence is going to start walking into the room. He's going to nudge the security guard's foot out of the way of the door. And he's like, come on.
Terrence did some magic shit.
Did some magic shit.
When it mattered.
uh-huh.
When it
Oh
mattered.
yeah, when he didn't want to be shot. It was a good time to do magic.
And Terrence looks...
Although the way Becca rolls, I was waiting for despair. It's like, take this.
Seriously, if I got a despair, or if I even failed on a 2 purple with 3 yellows, I would throw my whole computer out the window. Yeah. I see. I was about to describe it. As Terrence gets in the room and in the door, and he's nudging the guard's foot out of the way, he sees a glimmer on the guard's chest pocket, and it's a broken body cam. And he's like, "Oh, that's handy." In the sense that it's broken, because it definitely saw our faces.
But was it... is this just saved to record for later, or would that have been being anywhere else? Tech expert, Cipher.
I mean, it looks like it's attached to a pack on his belt, so it's probably fried, judging by the fact that the pack on his belt is crushed into bitty pieces, and the actual camera bit is cracked, and the light isn't on.
Should we take it anyway?
It's
You
got the
never know.
memory card.
They could still get
take it.
stuff off of it. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll grab it. If I can.
Get a security
Yep.
key while you're there too.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep, he has a real card.
Okay, I'll take the card.
It's a real
The
card.
smashed camera. I'll just... take, I guess.
Yeah, the other one doesn't say Acme Printing at the bottom.
Terrence takes out a piece of chalk from his lab coat pocket, and he draws a circle around himself. And he starts drawing symbols.
Oh, you gonna become 8 foot tall?
What? No.
Oh,
Gives
I thought
me
you were gonna
an
look like
idea.
him.
No, I'm gonna
So-
imitate his uniform.
Ah.
Cipher forgot to bring a pen.
I think Terry has a couple she could ask if she wanted to borrow.
There is pens in the room.
There's
And it looks like an analysis room.
Permanent marker pens though?
Is she gonna draw on his face?
No.
Oh. That's the pens she was after, a permanent marker.
He wakes up with cat whiskers.
And there are several medical cubicles in this one as well. And again, it doesn't look particularly medical in nature. It looks study in nature.
what in the heck is a medical cubicle?
Is it like when you go to a walk-in clinic and they've got the little divided bits with the
Right.
sheets, and then you go sit in
Yeah.
one, and then they send someone in to be like, "Hi, what's your
But
problem?"
there's something wrong with it.
Yeah. Is there like a spray thing at the top of the
Right. Yeah. There's just you just don't get this good vibe.
Bad
Like
vibe.
this is somewhere to heal when you're looking at
This is not somewhere you come when you're sick.
This-
This is somewhere you come to get sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're definitely getting the feeling like if someone was trying to learn about the plague, this would be where if you weren't contagious or a poison, this would be somewhere where they would hook you up and see the effects and how long it took you to die.
Jesus.
Well, this is as bad as the experimentations back in World War II.
Is Cipher saying this, or?
She reads a lot of shit on the internet.
That's true. Should we take a look around here? I don't think they'd store samples here. They might take them, but they'd probably put them somewhere else. Wren will have a quick look to see if anything looks like sample storage. She doesn't know what that would look like, but she's gonna look.
No.
Well, in
Does
any
Ter-
case,
Does
Terrence
Terrence
is...
look like a guard now?
Oh, Terrence has a guard's uniform arm now. Uniform arm. Uniform on.
Just one
Just
arm.
the arm.
Just the arm. Just the arm. It's
He's
fine.
got all his regular clothes and then one arm.
Don't mind the
is-
rest. I'm only partially here today.
I only work part time.
It's
Oh
pretty-
my god.
This is
All
as
right.
much of the uniform as they gave me. All right, Wren will hand Terry the security card then, if he's going to be a security person.
Terrence will look at it. Does it have a picture on it?
Yep.
He's gonna
Change
take
that
out his.
too.
A bad DMV kind
Ooh.
of an orc.
Can you change
Terrence
that
is going
too?
to take his chalk, start drawing a tiny circle.
Otherwise, yeah, that would be a bit like, yep, I looked a lot different when I was younger.
Wren, you might want to think about getting the guy's radio as well.
Okay. If Wren can find a radio, she will take a radio.
Yeah, he's got a radio.
All right.
And Terrence has successfully changed the ID picture to look like him when he's about to sneeze.
Okay.
Terry, here's his radio too. You can. I mean, I don't think you have to use it, but it looks official.
Cipher looks
He turns
at
it on the lowest volume and he clips it to the belt.
the
Okay.
security pass that Terrence has just now altered. So, Mr. Grognork, where are we headed to?
Should have changed that too, damn it. I mean, we might get away with a little bit more. If anybody asks me about this name, I'm gonna have to say I was adopted.
By orcs?
Oh, maybe they won't press. It would be rude, right?
Orcs are allowed to adopt.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've checked everywhere now on this kind of side, so
Well, let's go back and check out our other options in this area
and hopefully not run into any more actual security.
yeah, pretty much. Hang on one second, and Terrence is going to cast that levitation spell that he cast on the big old book before on the actual security guard and float him over to one of the beds and like close the curtain.
Yeah, he probably weighs close to 350 pounds.
Isn't that lighter than the book still?
Really, that was a heavy book.
It was a very heavy book.
I was gonna say like a 400-pound book.
Well, it was a giant book, and I don't know about you guys, but I have boxes of books that are about this big, and they're very heavy. It's like picking up a log.
Books are heavy.
Yeah, because they're made of wood.
Yes.
Sort of.
Paper.
Wood pulp. Anyway.
Do you want me to roll for it?
I'll let
Is
it
that
be
what
part
this
of your
face is
triumph.
about?
No, I'll let you have it part of the triumph.
Okay.
I'm not sure you've ever
Okay,
had one
thank you.
before.
That's not true. Last
I
time
had a triumph about a door, but this is the first time I've had a triumph in an actual combat situation with a gun pointed at my head, so that was nice. I had a triumph where it mattered.
That's what I'm saying.
I think I've only ever had a triumph for doors, for opening.
And fences. Don't forget fences.
Oh,
Fences are
yeah.
the bane of our
Randomly.
existence.
Because you're about to be in a lot of shit there.
Yeah, maybe. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, this guy is going to be about 1,000 times more paranoid about intruders. He's just not even going to ask questions anymore. He's going to shoot
She's gonna
somebody.
shoot someone who actually got hired and is
Oh.
new and he doesn't know about. He's gonna shoot him.
Yep, pretty much. Did we hide the gun? Did we take the gun? Is it too big to take with us? Is it huge?
I mean, it's about so big, foot long and a foot tall.
A foot?
So it's quite.
So it's almost as big as Cipher's shotgun.
That's
Yeah,
1/6
yeah.
of
It's like
Terrence.
Why don't we
Yeah.
hide it? Is there a cupboard in this room?
big.
Can I put it in a cupboard?
Yeah.
You can put it in a drawer.
Okay, Wren
Underneath the bed?
will put the gun somewhere out of sight, in a drawer or a cupboard or wherever there is. On another bed behind a curtain,
you
if
can
there's
carry
nothing
it,
else.
but you realise how strong this guy is when you pick it up. You're not sure if you had to extend it out in front of you that you could actually do it.
Perfect.
Like, you can carry it, but you happen to... There's
Hold
a
it.
lot of weight in it. And it's not just the gun. When it's loaded, you have the rounds. And by the ejection port, it looks like it's a large round. It would make a huge mess on anything that it hit.
I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of worried about Terrence's luck, because that was some really good luck, and I'm like, okay, something horrible's gonna happen to him now.
Hey, well, we'll see. We'll see. I am just still... I have suspicions that I'm concerned about, but I hope they're wrong. That's all.
I'm just worried about whoever's name was on the chalkboard last time and may or may not still be there, because Aaron was like, oh, something horrible is gonna happen to this character. I'm just sitting here like, if you kill Kate Terry, I'm gonna cry.
Was it a character name or a player name?
I'm so annoyed. I'm going to kill one of you. Probably Adam.
No!
Oh, God.
Well, you could have written down the player name instead of the character.
We start every game with Adam is dead.
I'm just
Or shadowy.
saying... Becca, if it was... Actually, either or, I don't think it's you. I didn't look at the word super close, but I didn't look that much. I could be wrong, but... I just hope I'm wrong about something.
Though, I mean, common sense looking at it, you need far smaller guns to kill. Like, guns are super dangerous. A 9mm round, and that seems a little
it's overkill.
off.
It seems odd that he would have a gun like that just for security, or...
If he can comfortably carry it.
But the thing is, he could have a large gun that is still a 9mm, or a large gun that would be a 45. That's the thing. Because a gun this size could still be designed around a smaller round. And it's not. This thing could drop a deer.
Yeah.
Is Cipher going to dig it out of the...
What
if you want to
caliber?
look at it.
Would Cipher know?
Out of the drawer. Wait, let me see that. It says Cipher.
If she looks, I can tell you. But
No.
Cipher didn't say she was looking before. So you'd have to dig it out again. But you could.
No. Well, with a laptop in one hand and a shotgun in the other hand,
She's not looking.
I mean, she's not really being very practical at the moment either.
There's something
Alright.
I really don't like. None of the doors have been locked, but they seem really security crazy. And that was not a gun that you need just to, like, threaten people because you're a security guard that just gets paid to, like, walk around a building at night. That would, like, explode you, pretty much.
Well, yeah, that's pretty weird.
So, it's more designed as a definite kill.
It would be. I just... Aside from our little run-in with the security guard, nothing's been all that difficult so far, and I ironically don't like that.
Well, shit hasn't hit the fan yet, so I'm gonna be optimistic for a small while.
Alright.
Come on.
Just
And
be
Terrence starts
careful.
walking down the hallway towards the plants again.
Alright.
Also, that guy was huge. How did you get him to sleep so quickly?
I just touched the artery that goes straight to his head that's in his arm. Well, it goes through his heart first, but it's like the most direct pathway I could find.
So, and she's like walking along, probably beside Terrence. You injected him with something, or?
It was magic, Cipher.
No, it's more of sending a slight suggestion to the brain to release all of that chemical that makes you sleepy at once.
Melatonin? Serotonin? No, that makes you happy.
No, melatonin. Yeah, and he's a big guy, so he can probably produce a lot of that particular chemical. And his brain just went, okay, dump. So he'll be out for a while, and he'll feel like he died when he wakes up.
Oh.
He'll be alive. He'll just feel like he literally slept like the dead.
I mean,
okay.
That's fine.
So, using magic to restrict the flow of blood to the brain is probably not the best way to force someone to sleep.
If you're still coming up with plans to help you with your trouble sleeping, restricting blood flow to your brain is not allowed.
I would make you sleep, but it would also give you brain damage, so no.
And she's like scratching her head.
Have you tried, like, chamomile tea or something? No need to jump right to depriving your brain of blood.
Well, in the sense that you're still allowing blood to get through to the brain, but in a sort of a limited context, by putting almost like a force field around the main arteries that go from the neck to the head.
Please do not
Restricting
attempt
that blood
any
flow.
form of magic brain surgery stuff.
I mean, I suppose it's possible, but the margin for error is absolutely massive. You could very easily kill someone or yourself if you practiced on yourself.
So, no, don't do that.
Okay.
All right, are we trying door number 3? What was it? 3. 3? Or are we not?
3.
We are.
All right.
So we're going back up
Cipher.
into 1, over to 3.
Yep. Is your hearing better than mine?
Hey?
3, we heard echoing around the room.
Jesus.
We did it. We have established Cipher's got pretty good hearing, I think.
Yeah, but is her hearing better than Terrence's? Can she perceive with her ears or just her eyes?
If you're asking if I can hear you, then yeah, I can hear you
I don't
quite
think he's
fine.
asking if you can hear him. I think he's asking if it would be better for you to listen at the next door.
Ah. And she looks at Terrence quizzically. Why? Because my ears are bigger, they're naturally more attuned to drawing in the sound. Is that what you're trying to say?
Your ears are perfectly natural for an elf.
What's wrong with the GM?
We've previously established you've got good hearing, Cipher.
Really? I'm just trying to figure out how.
To hear?
Hearer?
You said you
An
could hear
expert
people
hearer?
across the room. That's how.
That makes her an expert hearer.
There have been multiple situations where Cipher... There have been multiple situations where Cipher has responded to stuff that people said quite far away from her. And instead of being like, you couldn't hear
Sometimes
that,
in entirely different parts of the city. It's great.
we've just been like, wow, Cipher can hear really well.
In fact, I'm not even sure it's a word, but I'm the only one of them. I am an expert hearer.
I'm electricer and a hearer.
Sears went bankrupt.
Well, there are seers. Why can't there be hearers?
They hear the future. You go to like a psychic, and instead of looking into a crystal ball or whatever, they just sit there and tell you they're listening to stuff you can't hear.
I just typed in expert hearer into Google, and it keeps telling me I'm trying to say heater.
And when this is over, you're still standing in front of the door.
Okay. I don't think my ears are any better than yours, Terrence. And she's like, I'm not sure. And she's looking at a laptop, and she's got a shotgun and like underneath and the cloak on the left side. So I feel completely awkward.
You don't need your hands
that
to
prevents
listen.
you from hearing
Well,
the awkwardness.
if anything happens, like before, I couldn't do anything. I was just stunned there, like a mullet,
applies.
just looking at the situation, just going, "What the heck am I going to do?"
Fish or hairstyle?
Fish.
I was
Bowie
gonna
doesn't
say, mullets look stunned. I thought David Bowie looked pretty good with one.
Whoever that is. But anyway,
You've already done this, I think.
I'm gonna go drop me laptop back in the storeroom.
You don't think you need it?
No.
Okay.
If I do, I can always just come back and get it.
Well, if
I
someone
think
else-
you
don't
should
walk around
keep
around
your
with-
laptop on you just in case we need to exit out a different way.
Yeah, if you're
Alright,
gonna...
so I'll leave the shotgun behind.
Sure. Hide it. Well...
Hide it in the plants.
Don't just stick it behind a paint can.
All right, she's looking at the plants.
Yeah, there's a branch.
The
Is there a way
lilies.
she can hide it, like,
Yeah. Bends
as
it
a-
over,
like
though.
a
It's pretty
branch?
heavy for a branch.
As a
plants or
branch! She tapes some leaves to it.
Give me a home among the gum trees. Oh, they're beautiful when they're in bloom. You get some SMGs and machine guns some years.
God.
Well, she doesn't want to stick the barrel in the dirt or anything, so she's just going to carefully prop it up inside one of the bonsai plants or something. I don't know what's there.
They're bonsai trees now.
It's just a whole round circle of bonsai trees.
Oh my god.
Something sinister, yeah.
Yeah, something's up. Brr.
Well, the lobby's nice until you realize that the storeroom doesn't have a door.
And then you're like,
Still in
what
there.
is...
Then you're just confused. You're like, why do they have that shit out in the open?
Why can I see all their paint cans and shotguns?
Okay.
All right, so Cipher's coming back to the door. She's got a.
I do.
She's putting her ear up against the door and listening. You want me to roll for that?
Mm-hmm.
Roll what?
Perception.
Perception.
To perceive with your ears.
Yeah, you're an expert hero.
There's not a listening stat, so...
Oh wait, she has perception. Ah,
Everyone has perception!
she's not. She looks at
You
how
really
difficult.
You weren't getting that it was a perception thing by all the perceiving jokes we were doing?
Yeah, you keep me to the.
Adam.
And she's listening. She's looking back. She goes, "Why are you getting? How many difficulty?
What are you talking about, Cipher? You put your ear to the door and you listen.
Cypher's very confused by listening, and she can't do it. She is not an expert hearer.
She's put a laptop down on the ground, and she's like, what? I don't understand.
Terrence just stares at her in disbelief, like shaking his head. He's like, oh my god.
She's trying to see if there's a keyhole she can peer through.
You're not trying to look through, you're trying to listen.
And she's like looking underneath the door through the crack.
Oh my god.
Cipher, do you know what listening is?
I don't think she does.
And she's like looking back at Terrence and Wren, and she's like,
Terrence is not impressed, but I think this is hilarious.
What is she doing?
Oh my god. Terrence is like, never mind. I'll move. I'm gonna do it.
Get your laptop off the floor so you don't step on it, though.
Oh my god.
I was kind of hoping it'd be a failure just to...
No, it's success.
It's 2 6 Which makes it really funny. No,
so it is just then that Cipher didn't know how to listen.
D1C3 really likes this plot point, apparently.
Yeah, D1C3.
Oh my god.
Like, yep, Cipher can't hear. Or listen, that is, Cipher can hear. Because we talked to her.
That is true.
She's a very good hearer.
but she just doesn't listen.
Fair.
Oh my fucking god.
So she is an expert hearer, just not a good listener.
Oh, that was worth it. That was worth it. Some days I like the chaos.
What has happened now? Only some days.
Okay. So Terrence takes his ear off the door and he turns and he says, I hear her a TV.
A TV? Okay.
Spaceball, isn't it?
I thought he said Space Boy.
Space boy or space balls?
Baseball.
It sounded...
I also heard Space Boy.
Space boy.
You're all supposed to be experts at hearing.
I was like, Space Boy? What?
I thought it could have been Space Boy or Space Ball, but then my brain auto-corrected to Space Balls, which is an actual thing, so...
I was wondering if it was us trying to do our weird, like, oh, we'll change the name slightly so it's like Astro Boy, but it's not. It's Space Boy.
Oh, Spaceball.
Oh my god. Alright, guys, my stomach really hurts, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. You hear a TV. What's on the TV?
News.
I don't know, what is Terrence
Like
here
a
on the
news
TV?
rollover, sort of.
Images and words.
He hears images? Okay.
And Terrence isn't so good at hearing that he can hear images.
CP24 kind of thing, which is a completely local reference to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
That's
No
Toronto
idea what
news.
It
Toronto.
loops. It loops. It's like they have it in waiting rooms and like subway stations and stuff, and it just gives you some
It's
headlines.
designed to
and
make
some
staff
stuff,
miserable.
And it loops, and after you've sat there for like half an hour, it just shows you the same stuff again, and you're like, I'm still in this waiting room. Pretty much.
Oh yeah. Absolutely,
it
I
just
have to
talks
listen
about
to
the
it all
royals all
day.
the
It's
time.
been
Oh no! It's not that.
It's been COVID for a full year. Come on.
I don't think our disguises are good enough. Maybe Terrence.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're just supposed to be, if he says we're here from some kind of school exchange program or whatever, then we don't have to look like we actually work here.
The other guy said we had to sign in, and we're not signed in.
No, we're not. But I don't think we can really fix that because I think if we
Let's lead-
try and go sign in, they will say
then that
no.
leads me to believe that all security would be aware of who is supposed to be and not supposed to be in here.
Maybe
Oh,
Terry can
you
say
have a
something,
shotgun, and I have a way to put people to sleep without killing them.
and I will stand here. Very helpfully. Looking at people.
We should really consider getting proper weapons for ourselves in the future.
I mean, I guess, but like... I've got a knife, but I don't really want to stab anyone. That's kind of messy. And,
Then what's the knife for?
oh,
You think
sometimes
we're going
need
to
a
come
knife.
across a wild block of cheese?
We had a knife when we went
It's not a
diving.
cheese
It wasn't a
knife.
weapon.
Has it got a serrated edge on the top?
Yeah, but when you went diving, you weren't a spy thief.
No, but there was big scary things in the ocean sometimes.
Yeah.
It made you feel better. It would have done jack against any form of real shark.
You shouldn't talk about yourself that way, Aaron.
Look, I have a knife. I can threaten people. They don't have to know I don't want to use it.
That's right. That was our philosophy with the shark. You don't know this is no good.
Stay away.
You don't know it's crap.
Yeah, because the shark's obviously going to look at it and go,
A
"Oh my
knife.
God, you have a knife."
Although, of course, the shark just sits and goes, you think that's a knife? It isn't a knife. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Sharks famously frightened of
They are.
knives.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess let's open this door then. Unless it's locked, which would
It
be
is
the
not.
first one.
It is
course.
a lounge. There are several sofas, a table, a soda machine on the far side, a coffee maker, and a fridge.
And no
And
people?
no people. The TV's on the wall and it's
And
just
a
playing.
TV?
Yeah. And it's just playing.
Like a lounge?
Yeah. Like a rest.
Like a staff?
Like a waiting room.
Or a staff relaxation area. The pop's free, the coffee's there.
And they have this shit on the TV to make you leave faster and get back to work.
Is the coffee instant?
No. It's as
no,
technology. They have money.
have money. They've got like some fancy espresso machine
Right.
or
Well,
something.
if you want your workers to get back to work faster, why would you be providing them with good
Because they
quality
want to
coffee?
keep them happy.
So they'll
You put it on a hot plate.
They have coffee that has been
do what?
grown on the side of Mount Kilimanjaro
warm.
and only touched by the dawn's light.
How did
Jesus.
the Dawn's Light get it to as technology?
What? And some monk that's aged like 200 years old travels here barefoot. on
Walks
pilgrimage
from
to
Kilimanjaro to deliver a single handful of coffee beans.
Terrence is making some coffee.
It smells really good.
It smells really good, apparently.
Well, Cipher was considering spitting in it, but now that Terrence is making some coffee for himself, she's changed her idea on doing that.
Because she knows that Terrence would actually kill her if she did that.
At least put her to sleep.
No, if she spat in his coffee, he would kill her. And then bring her back to make her clean up the mess.
Taking up necromancy, yeah.
That's your blood. Clean it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so this is a lounge, and then
The important room.
there is the important room.
There is the important room.
Okay, there are two doors. Is the one door to the smaller cubby area like a reception desk that leads out into the room? Yep. Terrence is going to go investigate that to see if he can find any papers that detail any kind of information that makes
There
any
is
sort of
nothing.
sense to him.
There is nothing.
There's nothing.
A pad, but nothing. Pad, paper,
There's nothing.
pens, but nothing. No info of any kind.
I'm kind of starting to wonder if anybody actually even works here. Like in this section, I know people working as technology.
Well, it is nighttime.
It's
It
not
is
that late.
nighttime, and as much as everything is alarmingly clean, it isn't new.
But there's nothing. The fridge was empty. There's no files or information here.
Okay, no, but like those chairs aren't new, they're worn. There's scratches and nicks on all the metal surfaces. This place has been used. It's just clean.
But maybe it's not used now.
Actually, does this notepad have a
Pen.
pencil beside it or a pen? All right, Terrence pulls out a pencil from his
Scribble, scribble,
pocket because he
scribble.
did he did bring one, and he's gonna see if there's any imprint left on the pad.
There's some talking about meetings.
Just like rooms and times, I'm assuming. He'll tear off the page of imprints and put it in his pocket. And he'll go to the other door
Is that the hallway?
and open it.
Okay, yeah, it's a hall.
Yep.
9? Yep, that's a hallway.
9.
And they look like regular washrooms on either side. The two on the right are washrooms, the two on the left
Okay.
are storerooms.
Washroom storerooms. Okay, and the hallway
And
9.
the storerooms are just like for
Yeah.
garments and stuff,
Yep,
and it's empty.
lab coats
or
and stuff like that on one and cleaning on the other.
Oh, should we take actual lab
so
coats?
proper lab coats?
Yeah. Do you want to switch out our lab coats for real lab coats?
Terrence looks down at his security uniform.
Well, not Terry doesn't have to. But we're still wearing apparently non-official lab coats, so should we put on official ones?
Well, I really don't see the point. Oh, hang on. Unless all their security is orc, if they use other security, then it might be okay. We could get away with it. Terrence could say that, hey, these guys have signed in.
Yeah.
But if all their security are orcs, there's probably not much point in changing the lab coats.
Well, I mean, it can't hurt, right? It might help.
Why not?
It can't hurt.
What? Okay.
Okay.
Ren's gonna change
you
the
think
code
your
anyway.
your disguise looks a bit
Just
better.
in case.
Cypher's changing her code as well.
Yay!
And-
Slightly better disguised.
You may have been unlucky with that particular security guard, and other scientists, techs, whatever, they may not be paying the same level of attention, or they may not audibly be thinking intruders. You might just been unlucky to have run into
Hopefully.
security. I rolled randomly.
Other than the storerooms and the bathrooms, there's only one door, so...
Yeah. So we wander to the very end of the hallway.
And it is locked. There is a key card slider.
Terrence takes the security guard's key card and slides it through the thing.
And it sits there for about 5 seconds, and then a green light comes on.
Terrence is like, cool. He opens the door.
And room 10 is a large room. It has a lot of medical apparatus surrounding the walls. There is a computer in this room. There is 4 separate medical cubicles that are sealable. Like they have to be open to go into. There is one bed in the center of the room, and it's affixed to the floor, and there's a lot of stuff that is surrounding it. Monitors and needles and all sorts of things that look like they're used for operating.
But no people that we see?
There is no people.
Lovely. I honestly don't know if I feel better or worse now that there was a locked door.
Terrence starts looking around for samples.
Yeah, Ron will as well.
Okay.
There is a computer, though.
Which Cipher is going to go and have a look at. Should put the shot down next to the computer.
She doesn't have the shotgun.
Yep. Oh no, she doesn't, does she?
Nope.
She'll put her laptop down next to the computer. What's on the screen?
Nothing. Just the as technology, and it's like Windows Home kinda, but it is connected to the internal network.
Woohoo!
Cypher's happy.
Terrence kind of looks over at Cipher, shaking his head at her
Woohooing.
girlish excitement.
All right. So Cipher's going to try and, I guess, hack into the network.
Yeah, I don't...
I'm just wondering how she would do that. Like, if it's on the internal network, is there like passcodes and stuff that she needs to use? Or?
You know what? I'm gonna make it a little easier because it'd be impossible to hack anything otherwise. But being on the internal network helps because although they're super conscious about security, they're also not entirely. They're a little bit arrogant too, right? Like.
Well, if it's just as simple as granting yourself sysadmin privileges, that gives you access to virtually anything on the network, really.
So I'll make it 2 and a black.
2 and a black.
Yeah.
Black is white, is Australian. S?
S.
S?
S for setback.
S for setback.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. That's that almost exactly the same previous roll.
Almost.
2 failures, 2 advantages.
Okay. So I will give you because you are in the system. I will give you things, but okay. So this actually I can actually do this properly.
Curse you, yellow dice. You did nothing for me.
Yeah, they didn't help.
Betrayal. Ay caramba. So, Cipher turns to Terrence and Wren.
Uh-huh.
And says, well, this should only take a minute. And she opens up a laptop and plugs her laptop into the rear of the computer, and then she plugs a jack from her laptop into the side of her head. And she's standing there. Minutes pass by. You can see beads of sweat on her forehead dripping down slightly after about 5 minutes. And her eyes are sort of rolled back in her head with the eyelids slightly open. And she starts to waver a bit. Her knees, her legs go weak at the knees a little bit. She straightens up after about 15 minutes. She's starting to look pretty wary. And then after about 20 minutes, the computer screen that was in front of her shuts off, her laptop shuts off, and she collapses to the floor. She's got some the jack rips out of the side of her head, and she's got blood, a bit of bruising on the right side of her head. And she's like laying on the floor.
Is she conscious?
And she's conscious.
Okay.
Barely. I mean, let me ask you a question.
Is she She's not sure if she's conscious.
Like, contextually, if you take that much damage. Yeah, I know.
So yes.
All right. Yep, she's barely conscious.
Okay.
And her eyes sort of like widen up. They're like darting left and right. And she says,
Cipher, what did you do?
Before we continue with this specifically, did Terrence and Wren happen to find any biosamples in that 20 minutes?
There was no biosamples in this room.
There was nothing there.
Okay. Terrence goes over to Cipher and like he props her head up and he's like, "Are you okay?"
No, she obviously doesn't look okay.
We need to get her out of here.
We still need to finish the job.
I mean, if she's not okay...
She did her part. You stay here with her. I'll be right back. I'm gonna check that last door over there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Look, I'm worried. I didn't want to say exactly why I was worried because this job was kind of my idea and it felt like a bad idea to bring it up, but I've been kind of getting worried this is a setup somehow. So, if you're gonna go, please be careful.
I'll be careful.
I guess Wren will just go sit with Cipher.
Cypher's eating
Cipher
something
reaches
off.
out. She reaches out, like grasping air, and she grabs the pants of Terrence.
You forgot my name, didn't you?
The pants of that guy.
No, I'd actually forgotten my name. Cipher. Cipher forgot her own name.
Oh no.
That's how bad the brain damage is. Oh dear.
Yep. This, and she's like, and holding up her right hand to her head.
Her right head, huh?
Her right,
She's got
her right hand to her head, and she's like smearing blood, and she says that the samples they're in alpha and we're in beta.
Oh shit. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I guess Wren is just gonna press the sleeve of the lab coat against Cipher's head wound or whatever to try and stop bleeding, because anything that's bleeding on your head bleeds a lot.
The wound on her head looks like it's sort of it's in like superficial context. The blood's mainly coming from a very superficial wound from where the jack pulled out just too harshly, obviously, damaging some of the connection there. You think a lot of the what she's feeling has come from, you remember from who was it in the room who was jacked in all the time? Teehee? Yeah. I'm assuming most people would be aware of the dangers that could be faced through jacking in on the
Oh yeah, like net addiction and stuff like that.
All right.
Okay.
So Terrence is looking around kind of hopelessly, and then he crouches by Cipher again. And he says, "Where exactly in Alpha is the biosamples? Are the biosamples?"
Would Cipher know that, or just
Maybe.
maybe from the?
They're just nebulously in Alpha. They're not in a defined location.
Well, yeah, and she's looking up at Terrence. Her eyes are a bit glazed. And she says,
She knows.
"Yeah, so an isolation lab in Alpha section. There's test subjects in the rooms there."
So are we supposed to take a person back with us? Is that what they meant by biosample?
They can't have. They would have had to specify if we're supposed to bring a person. I mean,
Well, she's thinking, according to the information I just glazed over before it, okay, so I'm getting mixed up.
that's okay.
Before I was hammered by the security system. They were test subjects. There were samples taken from test subjects, and they're numbered samples. We have samples from different test subjects.
All right, so all I need to do is get into this secure lab and grab one and get out, right?
Aye.
All right. Wren, you take Cipher back to the car. And he'll toss Wren the car keys.
I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, it's a good idea to get Cipher out of here. It's not a good idea for you to go in by yourself.
I don't think we're going to get paid for a job half done. And I don't want to put Cipher anywhere by herself.
Well, maybe I should go then. I'm the one who's supposed to steal stuff.
What are you going to do if you run into a security guard with a big gun again? That is apparently supposed to explode you.
I don't know.
Well, Cipher's shotgun is in the garden. You could always borrow it.
Yes, I will take a shotgun and go roaming the halls.
Do you have any shells in your lab coat there, girly?
Nope. Shells are in the gun.
You only brought 2 shells?
It's a pump action shotgun. Talents.
You only brought 2? Or is it like, how does a pump action shotgun work? I don't understand.
There's a pipe underneath the barrel with a pump. Okay, in that pipe you have 5 rounds.
So you pull it back, it slides up into the chamber area, you put it back,
in chamber,
and then it's ready to fire.
Pushes forward.
When you pull it back, it ejects the empty casing, the next one slides up.
If I take Cipher to the car and then you get captured or whatever, I can't drive.
Why not?
I can't. I never learned. What do you mean, why can't I drive? I don't have a license? I mean, I do, but it's fake.
Cipher's.
You have a license.
I don't know how to drive. I never did the lessons or anything.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Cipher's license is fake?
I mean,
Mr. GM.
Okay, you know what? You're right. My beautiful, beautiful car is a standard. You would probably break her.
Even if it wasn't, I just don't know how to drive.
Well, you technically don't really need to know to drive automatic. You could drive. You wouldn't be particularly safe about it, but you could get it done. Not with the standard, though. You kind of need to know what you're doing with the standard.
Neither Wren nor Emily can drive.
So who's going to go to Alpha?
Terrence and Wren are having a disagreement on who should go.
They are. Well, what would I...
Cipher's too weak to even...
What would I do if you go and you don't come back? It's not like I can drive us back to Cornerstones or anything. I can't drive. We just sit in the car forever.
All right, fine. Take Cipher's shotgun with you, though.
I don't know how to use it.
I'm sure you can figure it out. Cipher knows how to use it.
Yeah, she knows about guns. Okay, fine. I'll take Cipher's shotgun.
And she also just verbally explained how to use it.
Well, I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about not being able to drive.
She said it's a pump action. You shoot, you pump, You shoot again.
I don't want to shoot anybody. Okay, great.
Well, actually, you need to pump it first to load the first round in, then you shoot.
Thanks, Cipher.
Because it's dangerous. You just don't put a round in the chamber with a shotgun, especially this type of shotgun. There's no hammer at the back. So, yeah.
I don't really...
I mean, if it was a pump action shotgun that had a hammer at the back, you could load a round in the chamber and then pull the trigger while your thumb is on the hammer and slowly let it down so it doesn't go off. So then you got a round in the chamber, and all you need to do is pull the chamber back.
Well, she doesn't seem to have brain damage, so that's good.
No, she seems very lucid and excited suddenly.
I honestly think it's better if I don't bring the shotgun. I mean, I've got a better lab coat now. Maybe nobody would notice me. If I'm carrying a shotgun, they definitely will. And I don't think I'm going to shoot anybody, even if I have it. So...
Well, it's my shotgun, and I'm taking it with me.
Okay, great.
You're not going anywhere.
She's taking it with her to the car.
Where am I going?
You're going to the car.
To the car.
Yeah.
Nope. We're waiting for you.
What?
And if I hear anything like explode or screaming
I don't make anything
or yelling,
explode. Well, yelling maybe.
that the security guard's gun sounds like it would explode.
Okay.
So sounds like it looks like. See, I'm a hearer.
You're not a seer.
Oh my god!
I don't want to. It's not like I want to go. I don't like these people. Anyway, I can't drive, so goodbye. Have fun driving or whatever.
Terrence is walking back towards the
We're
garden.
currently all walking back towards the garden because that's where we want to go.
He's carrying Cipher, and he's got the laptop tucked under one of his arms, and he's got Cipher thrown over the other one. He's walking like this.
Hang on.
It's not like she's like back enough to fight him on this.
Yeah.
And he knows she would like hate him forever if he left her laptop there. Also, evidence bad. No.
Yeah. Well, she's already left her blood apparently. So.
She's just constantly hitting him in the back for carrying her the way that he is.
Well, no, she would have bled on herself. And if there was any on the floor, Terrence would have used the lab coat to wipe it up. It's fine. Fine.
No, she's not bleeding on you. She's hitting
on you.
you.
She's what?
Hello, baby.
Not hitting on you.
How are you doing?
She's very out of it.
You've really lost
She's really
it. Oh my
lost the
god.
plot.
She's really out of it.
I have had my brain fried. You look really nice. You're so fine from this angle. Looking down, dangling from your shoulder.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
Okay, well. Cipher, do you know where this isolation lab is in relation to anything? Or is it just somewhere?
No, I don't. Yeah.
I'll take that
Just
as a
told me
no.
it was in alpha.
Do you
Okay.
have a map, Aaron?
I do, but I haven't uploaded it yet.
Okay.
Alright, well, Wren's gonna go to the alpha section, I guess.
Shadowrun, a slice of life adventure in a dystopian future, starring Becca as Terry the Mage, RavenInsane as Cipher the Hacker, Emily as Wren the Thief, and Ghost as the GM. The excellent Shadowrun is produced by Catalyst Game Labs. The Genesys rule set comes from Fantasy Flight Games, and many of the sounds and music comes from Syrinscape, which is an amazing tool for bringing more life to your game table. This has been a Crit Fail production.